What's up, everybody? How's it going? Happy Thursday. Give me 1 second. I'm going live on Instagram here. Get everything set up. How's everybody doing? What the fuck? Boring. Oh, well, that's too bad. Sorry it's boring for you. What's up, Sarah? How are you doing? Alright, we're live on Instagram. Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. Almost done with the week. I have started working on the cockpit because the body is basically done. I might tweak some things on it still a little bit, but so far I'm just kind of sitting here now blocking out the colors on this that I want to go with, and I'm actually not liking this green, so I'm going to go adjust that back. But yeah, so that's the plan for tonight. That's what I'm working on. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask whatever you'd like. I don't know about the black. It's a little dark. There we go. That'll work. All right, let me get my chat up here because I just minimized it. I'm doing good, Sarah. How are you doing? I'm alive. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Hopefully you're feeling all right. What's up, Al? How you doing, man? Good to see everybody. All right. So I think what I'm gonna do today, I'm going to start separating some of these colors out. So the first thing I've noticed is I need some sort of like rubber. So this is generally where I'll start with using some smart materials and stuff. I don't know why. For whatever reason. There we go. I don't know why my pen doesn't work with that. I'm going to try not to lose my voice this stream, so hopefully it holds up. Fingers crossed. I need rubber. Dry. We'll just do this plastic rubber. That should be enough to work with. Just plop that in there. Cool. Storms coming tomorrow are horrid. Oh, what kind of storms? No yelling? No yelling. All the yelling. Why not? Okay, let's see. So I'm going to start just kind of separating out some of this junk here. Let's see. We're going to go to UV shell just because I don't want to jack anything up here. I also need to turn that back on. Okay, that's good. There's some rubber trim up here I need to grab. This guy right here. And I think this was rubber as well, if I remember correctly. Technically, all of this should be. Okay. There should be a rubber seal back here. It's this one. Cool. There. There we go. It's coming together. Sweet. Okay, severe storms, the possibility of forming tornado. Oh, that's not good. Hopefully no tornadoes. That would suck. When does that start tomorrow? Okay. Those are rubber too. So let's get those. Let's get some general texture in there. Looking pretty good. I'm really happy I did these the way that I did. Storms technically start tonight, early tomorrow. Yay for Tornado Alley. Yeah, that sucks. That's terrifying. Enkits, hello, how are you? What's the next project? I have a couple that I want to do. I have one that I need to finish, but my next 2 projects potentially are going to be collabs. So, those will be fun. Hopefully those will be fun. I don't know. I haven't really done a collab yet, so. But the people that I'll be doing it with are super cool people, so should be pretty cool. You'll find out who they are later. All right, there's more rubber right there. trying to figure out everything here. I think the steel's still too dark. No separation of color. Sorry, did I not just set that up as rubber? What I did? What did I do wrong? There we go. That's what I missed. Oh. Did I get rubberized? Oh, shoot. Hold on. Something's a little funky there. Maybe not. That might just be like the bake. Let's see. That is not the bake. That sucks. I don't know. I have to figure out what that is. Well, hopefully that goes okay, Sarah, and you guys don't have to deal with any, because that would severely suck for sure. Let's see. Is Blender good or bad for 3D? Blender's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't like it, personally. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. There's a way to show you our work. Yes, so if you join my Discord, I know on Instagram it's not there right now. I need to fix that. But you could join the Discord in all my links. You could find it on Twitch and YouTube. And there's a place to post work. And then we do portfolio reviews at the end of the month, every month. Except for last month because I've been sick for 2 weeks. Alright, let's start working on these control gauges and stuff. I haven't done anything with this yet. So we're going to do a fill layer. Let's see what that affects so far. Go for kind of a... Let's see. Yeah, bright red's fine. Trying to look at my reference here. Let's see. I know these generally aren't like... Maybe we'll do white. Let's do white. I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know. Should I do red? Maybe break it up a little bit. Yeah, we'll try red. Screw it. What's up, brother? Hope you had a great day. I did, man. How are you doing? Okay. So, wait a minute. Turn this off. That sucks. Okay, so that means everything else is... Oh, damn. I didn't break that up well enough. That's okay. I can just... Hey, alright, let's do this. Dashboard. I'm going to do a fill layer. This is going to be red, white. Do a black mask. I'll change that to just do red. Add some emission to it. All right. Let's go ahead and add some cool lighting effects. I really hope I didn't stack these. I don't remember if I did or not. I didn't. Yay. Oop. I just really need to make sure that that doesn't like bleed across anywhere. That's alright though. I should have split that up a little bit better, but that's alright. It's okay. Duplicate this. Clear that mask. Change this to green. Anybody working on anything cool tonight? You guys doing anything project-wise for the weekend? There we go. There we go. Alright. That's cool. I don't know how that got selected, but that is odd. But I'll take it. Put a few commissions as well. I'm going to work on my overlays. I had it close to what I was wanting, but not quite. Nice. That's cool. So you're doing a bunch of new overlays? Excuse me while I drink caffeine that I probably shouldn't be drinking this late. Oh, you're kidding me. So those are on that. Okay. Yeah, that's annoying. That's all right. Those are also part of MISC, so that's pretty annoying. That's alright. Alright, that's all miscellaneous stuff. Okay. Qu'est-ce qui m'arrive? Qu'est-ce que je représente? Oh, let's see. It was okay. Played nurse for the day. Yeah, I get that, man. That sucks. Working on Grey Mountain's legs. Nice. How are the legs going? It's giving me good practice for the animation that I want to embrace the inner preschool teacher, be able to change stuff for the seasons. That's fair. I used to try to keep up with that, but I have actually been like terrible at keeping up with that. Because like I used to change for like the winter and stuff like that, but I don't know. That's something I need to get back into because I do kind of like miss having different overlays. But I have to overhaul my streaming setup because it is kind of bad right now. Copy this whole layer. Paste it here. That's not good. Layers. Paste layers. All right. Let's do that one. Nice. Okay, those are all solid. I'm gonna turn off mirroring on this because I want these to be different. Okay. Let's look at the... Oh, that's not good. Awesome work, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is... I'm excited this is slowly coming to an end. It's nice to already be thinking about, like, rendering and stuff. Nope. There we go. It's actually really nice. I'm glad that all of my, like, UDIM configuration's working. Let's also do... I don't really have any blue light. I'll use those for, like, the big ones. Yeah. It's like I could do that, but I don't want to on the joysticks and stuff. It's gonna be really nice to, like, smooth this out and let them see everything running all perfect and pretty. Alright. There we go. Getting somewhere. Alright. This is for sure one of those situations where it's like I'm so early on in the process that I'm just like, damn it, there is so much work to do. Alright. Let's fix some of these bezels. We're gonna do... Where did my thing go? Huh. That's fine, I'll just reset that way. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Okay. I'm looking for, like, an aluminum. Let's see. I'm gonna let the smart materials do as much of the work for me as possible on this one. I know there's an aluminum somewhere. Where are you? There it is. Oh yeah, much better. Okay. We got a black mask. And we're gonna start fixing that up. Because that's bad stuff. Alright. That sucks. Alright, well. This is why it's important to pay attention when you're UVing. Now I get to go through and select those faces manually, which sucks. So that's a bummer. But whatever. That stuff's all whatever. There's a couple of these that need to be... Come on, I know I use those somewhere. Alright, cool. And is that... Okay. So that's all on the misc. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. Well, let's do this. I'm gonna make those actual steel, because, like, those are buckles, so let's make sure they're actual buckles. Buckle, 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 buckle. Just select all the buckle stuff. Okay. that. And then these little... Cool. Those are not part of this, so those don't get that. This guy does, though. Sure. Okay, and I need to figure out what I want to do for those, because, like, I was thinking, like, orange or something. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to do... duplicate layer. Hey, what's up, Crix? How are you doing? Recovery has been slow and terrible, but I'm doing pretty good. My voice seems like it's actually going to hold up tonight, so that's positive. Meg Dimensions, hello, how are you? How have you been, Crix? Nice. Alright. I kind of like that to be a little bit brighter. This is going to be as bright as it gets for now. Alright. I think what I'm gonna do like a painted steel for these things. So that's gonna give me the look that I don't know. Let's see. Not on YouTube today? I should be. No, I'm on YouTube. It says I'm live. Yeah, Jacob Bernowski said my stream is boring on YouTube, so. Can you give me some advice regarding character design? I only know a little bit of human anatomy. I'm good. What about you? I'm doing great. I am not a character artist, so I am really bad at anatomy. It's something I'm actually personally learning myself. I would check out people like Jared or Jay Hill. They're going to know a lot more about that stuff than I will. Jared Chavez, if there's another Jared. Hey, I know you were doing Substance right now, but I have questions related to Maya. Why does UV start to snap, rotate, and scale in UV editor? Sometimes do I press something? So there is a snap checkbox. I don't know exactly where it is. I forgot where it was. But it's just your rotation snapping. So take a look at that. See if you have rotation snapping enabled in your UV editor. But otherwise, you might want to check your regular snapping settings. I can't say I've seen that myself, but that might be it. Oh wait, it was just not showing me on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know what YouTube's doing today. YouTube's been having a rough week. Alright, let's go back to the main. I'm gonna do a painted steel. Not glossy. I don't like glossy. Ooh, but that's a little brutal. Let's see if we can tweak that a little bit. Not the biggest fan of that. That a lot. I don't like that at all. Alright. And then these bezels are going to be the same thing. Let's adjust that. There we go. All right. So let's adjust that. Oh, let's see. I guess I'll have to take leave early today. Got some work to do. Have fun. Keep cooking. All right, Cricks. Have a good night. I think you have a cold. Take care of your health. I do have a cold. I've had a cold for the past, 4 weeks. It is definitely not news to me. But I'm doing much better. I heard the idea of empathizing with the audience first before hopping into 3D. My professor emphasizes it a lot. Empathizing with the audience. I mean, I guess it depends on the project, right? Yeah, that's a weird one because sure, if you're making something for an audience directly, I guess that makes sense. But it really depends. For me, most of these projects that I do are I'm not building them for a specific audience, so to speak. Now that may change when you're doing things like animation and stuff like that. Empathizing. Yeah, I haven't heard that from someone before. I could see it for animation, but honestly, your first concern jumping into 3D should be just getting used to the tool sets. Not so much what your audience wants immediately. Eventually you do want to start thinking about that, but that should not be the first immediate concern. In my opinion, I could be wrong on that, but to me that's a bit it's too fast to be doing something like that. Not a massive fan of this material. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to delete that because I'm not liking it. Actually, first, hold on. Before I do that, since I already have everything masked off. Let's cut the mask. Let's mask. And my professor to scam a lot? Scam? Why is your professor scamming? That shouldn't be. That shouldn't be a thing. Definitely don't want that. Okay. Let's play with this a little bit. Updated the feet in the sculpting channel on Discord, working on bigger scales. Let me see. Hold on. Hold up. Where's my Discord? There it is. Sculpting. Nice. So did you end up doing the array? It looks like it. That's cool. Teacher scam? Interesting. I know. I'm all, what is this? Let's talk about this. Don't really. Thankfully, this isn't a lot of UDIMs, so I can crank these to 4K and not have a problem. I did in a way. Oh, okay. Root is seeking. What's up? How are you? Hey. Letting substance up-res this. Why are you blurry? Oh, okay. Right, just let it do its thing. It's freaking out right now. Have you seen the AR gun model I sent in Discord showcase channel? I'm pretty sure I did. Is that the one that was in ZBrush? I assume that was you because it was posted by Root. Yeah, it's looking super cool. I don't know how you did that in ZBrush because I don't know how to model in ZBrush like that, but looks cool. Alright. I don't like that rubber. It's too dark. Come on. It's not that hard. Apparently it is. That's better. Those are obviously way too shiny. So let's see. I'm trying to think of like a good material for the body itself. I think this is where I'm kind of having a difficult time. Let's do this. I need to save this because it's acting a little squirrely. Her rifle has a lot of bullying. Oh yeah, for sure. Now I have to retopo, but I didn't care where to start. You just gotta start, man. Start everywhere. I would probably pick the largest pieces and just start knocking them out. Look up 5 steps of design thinking, then go to images. This is what my professor pushes. Let me see. Can I copy this? Of course not. Let's see. You talk about the 5 stages of design? Well, hold on. This is Brave. This isn't Google. I hate Brave. I love Brave, but I hate their browser. Then look at the pictures. Let's see. Oh, I see what you're saying. Alright, so empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test, and implement. Empathize. Why are we empathizing? Empathize. The stage is meant to get a better understanding of the problem that you wish to conquer. This includes consulting experts of the matter, engaging further into the issue, to better understand the problem at hand. I mean, sure, if you're designing to solve a problem, this makes a lot of sense. I don't know. To me, this just seems like a way to add some sort of weird standardization to a process that doesn't need it. Like, this seems a little bit more like for engineering than it does for 3D art. Like, yeah. Sure, you could break this down and like probably find how everything fits together. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't, I would probably take some of this with a grain of salt. Yeah. This very much seems like for designing things, like if you're designing products or like courses or something. But otherwise, like if you're doing 3D art, like I'm not solving any problems by doing this. I'm just making a cool spaceship, you know? It's helped me so much. Well, I mean, as long as it's helped. It's just a basic. Yeah, I see what it is. That's, yeah. Actually, I modeled in Maya and then cut UV where I went. Oh, okay, I gotcha. 3D conveys meaning and an objection for the audience to think or understand in the industry, not for personal fun, of course. Oh, okay, I mean, yeah, that makes sense, right? Like, are you going to use those principles when you're working? Probably not necessarily, because, like, the ideas are, like, when you're talking about, like, say, what I do, right, as a hard surface artist, I'm taking what somebody already made to convey something and then making it into a 3D object or making it into a usable asset. I kind of skip a lot of those stages because I don't have to think about those stages. So, you know, if it's something that helps you, then obviously, like, there's nothing wrong with that. To me, I would probably not follow that just because I have my own process of, like, designing and creating and thinking about things. That, and I hate it when people try to overcomplicate things with flow charts and stuff, so I'm already, like, super against that. But if it helps you, like, by the way, or, you know, by all means, like, use it. That's super cool. Big fan, by the way, to be clear. No, of course, yeah, I don't think you're, like, trying to attack me or anything. Yeah, you know, if that helps you, that's cool. I would personally just not use something like that just because, like, I have no reason to use a design flow like that. But, you know, to each their own. Everybody kind of has their own way of doing things, which I think is super cool. And that's what's awesome about 3D is, like, you are always going to have a different way to do something than the next person. This is running like shit at 4K, so hold on a second. Which VRAM am I using? Oh, what's my GPU at? Oh. Okay, hold on. Let's turn the fabrics down. Back to 2K you go. They give me a little bit more VRAM? Yeah, just a little bit. Okay. That's fun. Let's turn off... fuck it, we'll just turn off the fabrics for right now when I'm not rendering. Doesn't really seem to help, does it? That's interesting. Why am I... What the hell is using all my VRAM? I don't think it's Substance. Summary view? There's no way this is using 16 gigs of VRAM. Huh. Hold on a second. We're going to do an experiment here. Let's save this real quick. I'm going to see if closing this and reopening this fixes that. I've noticed some weirdness with the last NVIDIA driver. And I want to see if this is the same thing. Error occurred launching the game. Well, that's cool because it's not a game. Thanks, Steam. Where'd you go? There you are. Launch. Damn, I kind of wish I was using Steam for all my other projects because, like, I already have 128 hours in Substance Painter. Alright, so right now we're using like a gig of VRAM, so let's see what happens when I open the cockpit. I despise this song. What's up, Dendroids? How are you? Alright, let's see what the VRAM does. Three gigs. NVIDIA screwed something up, man. Thanks for the lurk, STI. Fine, can't sleep. What time is it for you? Is it super late for you? I'm trying not to be sleepy. Alright. Yeah, that's a weird NVIDIA thingy. I don't like it. Alright. I need to think of a better... Hold on. That's my pure ref. I just don't like the... I'm not liking the cockpit. Like back coloring. I think it needs to be dark. I'm watching my VRAM. Watching you. 350. Damn. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry you can't sleep. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna go darker. Oh, JK, that's not NVIDIA. It's just Substance Painter. We're back up to 16. It's because I'm doing this in 4K. That's fine. Yeah, I like the darker metal better. I don't know what it is. Let's drop it down to medium. Save a little bit of performance. I don't know, I'm just not liking this. I don't know, maybe I should go like shiny. They don't really stray away from it. Alright, screw it. Here's what we're gonna do. Go away. I'm gonna nuke that roughness. Yeah, I feel like that might be better. And then I'll do some like... Oop. I don't know. By the way, do you prefer having views on YouTube or Twitch? I actually prefer YouTube because Twitch doesn't pay anything for like viewers. So YouTube is where like it helps the most when people watch. But, you know, you can always choose whatever platform you want to. I don't try to force people over to platforms. Alright, let's do the... plastic. Should I do gloss? let's do this one. Yeah, I like that. All right. Okay. All right, I stayed there then. All right, I appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys ever want to like support for free, watch on YouTube. That helps a lot. Okay. I think that's cool. I don't like the amount of like damage on that, so let's kind of pull that back. Very little. Don't need that much edge war. Alright. Am I still live on Instagram? I have to check every time, because, like, sometimes the stream is live and other times it's not. Duplicate layer. We're going to do white. Clear that mask. Just pop. And then let's do a fill layer. Oh. All sorts of shit got selected there. Always hate setting up like the initial masks. It's worth it, but it's a lot of work. All right. Oy, I'm fighting myself with like the back of this, like the dark metal. I need like an in-between. I don't know, that should be fine. Don't do that to me, Substance. Let's save. Been a minute, I'll save. Alright, so the cool thing is, all of these displays are going to be handled in Affinity Photo, because I'm not gonna try to paint those by hand. So that'll be good. Okay. That's the Chrome. Okay. Let's see. Where is... Wait a minute. Okay, those are separate, right. Okay, let's go to miscellaneous. I'm gonna kind of mess with this a little bit. Okay. All right. That's also, that shouldn't be there. Hold on. It's just so shiny. Hopefully that wasn't a mistake. Ooh, it might have been. Can I go back? Okay. Nah. What happened? Why aren't you doing anything? Okay, that's not good. Let's see. File. Save. Okay, that's fine. We'll let that do its thing. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. What's happening? Oh, I was caching the viewport. Potentially. Now it's saving. Okay. I just cranked the scale too much. And it was not liking it, so... Cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't really like it all that much. Let's try this. Let's do this, actually. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of the roughness on that. I'm going to try something different. Oh, that is incredibly sweet. Oh. It's honestly hilarious to me that the cockpit is running worse than the entire ship, because the ship was not this problematic. I get that I'm using a lot of smart materials, but it shouldn't really be a big deal. Okay. Let's do this. Hold on. Let's just reopen it and start clean. Is it always when I'm live streaming? Every single time. I don't have any issues when I'm not. Oh, yeah. There we go. Beautiful. Wouldn't stream be pulling more resources? It absolutely would if it was on that machine, but it's not. I have a completely separate machine to stream with because, yes, it does. But no, all of my streaming and everything runs on a completely separate computer. My keyboard has stopped working too. What is going on here? I don't have anything running in the background, do I? No. Unless it really, really, really just does not like the 4K, which is fine. Like, I can drop it, I guess. Let's drop it. No crispy textures for me. I feel like the cockpit's going to end up being the place that I spend the most time, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right, so let's go ahead. Go to main. Let all that junk load. It's got to recompute everything at 2K. Okay. No roughness. Let's go above this. Do a black mask. Copy layer. Copy mask. Paste mask. No color, no height, just roughness. Let's go to 15. Oh, it can't go to 15. All right. That's why I was screwing it up. All right. There we go. See, that's better. That's what I was kind of going for. Okay, cool. I feel better now. Instagram died. Okay. That's fine. One second, guys. There we go. Cool. Alrighty. Let's see. Clear. Alright, cool. I'm going to change this guy to blue. Kind of a teal. I love how that's, let's see. That's not that one. It's this one. Okay. We're going to go with darker red on these switches because I don't like how bright they are. That's better. And then just to satiate myself for a little bit, we're going to paint some stuff. Underneath that. A little bit of height. Black mask. I don't know if I stacked these. I really hope I didn't. Yeah, that figures. All right, that's fine. Thank God I did not stack them. Alright, cool. Now I can do what I wanted to do. Let's see. Alright, hold on. Substance Painter, Mine Alpha Maps. Bro, please help me. Shiam, I cannot read that, and I can't copy it to do a translate. Can you send that in English, please? If you're able to. I unfortunately can't copy text off of Instagram. Definitely willing to help. I just need to be able to read what you're saying. Okay. He's saying how to import Striker from outside and use it in Substance. Striker. Striker. Yeah, I'm not really sure what he means by that. What's up, Roy Gamery? How are you? Or was he asking how to import an alpha? Because I saw alpha in that message, but I'm not hyper sure. Good, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm just getting over a cold, but I'm doing good. Maybe he means stencils? Do you mean stencils? It's possible. Yeah, if you guys send messages like that on YouTube and Instagram, YouTube and Twitch, I can copy them and translate them, but I can't do it on Instagram, so I'm kind of screwed there. Currently doing a smart resim of an asset, so this should be interesting. I think if it does mirroring details from one spot to another, but it's calculating on a 12. Jesus, that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough, man. Alright, just want to make sure that doesn't look too stupid from far away. No, it's pretty good. I think what I'm gonna do though. Sharpen that out a little bit. These, I would expect your knee to be kind of close to, so like, I'm gonna rough them up pretty badly. It's the whole, like, thinking of, like, why something is damaged, right? Like, those ones are obviously going to get, like, impacted by getting out, getting in, all that stuff, but these ones are just going to be, like, regular paint wear. Much like these ones. I'm sorry, I can see that the LEDs aren't perfect half spheres. The model is unusable. LOL kidding, I know. How far along are you along with gesturing this? Do you think you are? Oh, texturing. I don't know. I honestly do not know on this one. I just started this yesterday, so I'm only like an hour into this. 2 hours-ish. Morning, brother. What are you doing nowadays? I am texturing my Interceptor model. Slowly. How you doing, Connor? Texturing. Stupid. Yeah, you're good. I figured what you meant. Autocorrect jacks me up all the time. I've just gotten used to, like, predicting what people are actually saying. Like to do. Let's see if I can get away with this. I'll do a little bit of damage around the areas that rotate. That's where the paint's going to wear off the most. Doing well, just been banging my head against the model on animation dev like usual. What are you working on? Let's see. I've completed 3ds Max, V-Ray, and Substance Painter. Is it enough to be an interior visualizer? Potentially. Knowing the software is like half the battle, right? Like you need to be able to show that you're like proficient in it. So now you get to work on your portfolio if you haven't been doing that already. I hate texturing at this low resolution, but PC's not having it right now. Super excited. I get to do jury duty on Monday. So thrilled about that. If you guys have ever had to do that, you know how much of a pain in the ass it is. I get that it's important, but I don't want to. Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. Alright, well. I'll just kind of keep working on things. I think I'll just like start kind of focusing on panels and working. Let's see. Some time ago, I was trying to make a full cobblestone texture on Substance Painters, tracing the edges of the stones. Started lagging really hard. Subs seems to become very laggy after a few draw. Yeah, sometimes it can. It's weird that it's lagging as much as it is right now because it didn't really lag with the ship. I'm working on a portfolio. Let's meet up later. All right. Well, next time we do a portfolio review, we can submit it. I've been much less organized with this one than my other ones. Gotta fix that. Okay. Where did all my... No! Where's all my alphas? Where did all my alphas go? Oh, dude, that takes so long to import those. Oh, no. Why? What happened to my substance painter? That's frustrating. Still working on the cat character, fighting with Godot, and how to handle making a 3D character look like the mouse position. Oh, I gotcha. Funny, my brother has jury duty on Monday, too. Well, if he lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico, I guess I'll see him. Probably not, but that would be kind of funny. My dad does, too, which is what's kind of hilarious. Okay, so that's not perfectly centered, so that sucks. Close. Almost. That's actually kind of shitty that that's not centered. There we go. Alright, that's where it needs to be. That's just slightly too big for that. That's interesting. Okay. Those are crossed out for me. Dude has terrible luck with Jurley. Called 5 times in 6 years. Oh my god. See, here, if you get called and picked, you're done. I think it's for 4 years. Because the last time I got called was like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm going to do everything I can to not get picked because I've got shit to do. I know they don't usually care, but, you know, I will do my best. That's too, it's just too damn shiny. Okay. Start doing some of my normal stuff and just like adding grunge and doing things. Let's actually do this. I'm gonna do a generator. I'm gonna do dust subtle. Do a cavity. This is why I don't use these very often. I called for the first time last year, but back in Maryland. So because I don't reside there anymore, I got out of it. That's nice. I wish I could say that I don't live here, but I do. Let's see. Called for selection, really. Served once, then got out for the second one. Bias. One for bias because of the... See, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for it's like a case that I have bias against. Because there's a couple people I know who are in the court system currently who... It would be wonderful to be, like, picked for their trial. Okay. That's pretty solid. Kind of looks like chipped paint, almost. That's cool. Too bad we don't get jury in France. We just have to blindly trust the judges. Sometimes they suck. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that would be kind of rough. I don't know. I get the importance of it. I'm just like, ugh. I am not a fan of having to go do it. There are people who love doing it. I personally do not. Oop. It's actually probably going to be better if I don't work with symmetry on. Because not everything in this thing is actually symmetrical. Oh, man. I'm on the tail end of this freaking cold. It's been miserable. He said the one he served was bad, left a lasting impression, was disqualified him from the second case. Oh, that sucks. That's rough. The first one the first one I served on, actually really bothered me because I could talk about it now because this was like 5 years ago. But the guy that we were jury for, the federal government was trying to get him on human trafficking. And the reality is they should have been going after him for being like a pimp, but they didn't do that. So we ended up having to like say that he wasn't doing human trafficking, which sucked because like he was still an asshole. But you can't be like, well, you know, we think it's this instead. You have to go after like what they're going after. So it can be incredibly frustrating because like, you know, they're a bad person, but because they're not going after them for the one thing that you know they're bad for, like, you can't do anything about it. And that is hyper frustrating. So, just not a huge fan of it. That may be different in other states, but that's how it is here in New Mexico. Brother said the case he served on was for child abuse charge. Yeah, those are I would not want to be on one of those. That's gotta be really rough. I would not want to serve on a jury for that. But, you know, sometimes you get interesting stuff. Sometimes you get horrible stuff like that. It's definitely a toss-up. I feel like I didn't subdivide these. All right. There was a way. Let's see if I can figure it out again. I think it was a post effect. Oh, shoot. I never did that. Crap. I built everything in sRGB. That's fine. It's the glare. At least I thought it was. I'll have to look at my notes again. I remember I was able to. Me, on the other hand, I've only been summoned once and never had to serve. That's good. That's that's what you normally want. Why do those look like that? Oh shoot, the dirt. Oy. I'm gonna have to put those above that. We'll put that below it. Shoot. So this needs to be like right there. I think. Nope. Right there. These move up here. There we go. Alright, cool. That's fixed. When will we have a Discord session? I think I would like to potentially next week. I think my voice is finally able to sustain long enough. So, probably next week. I mainly had to, like, recover from this garbage. Alright, well, I mean, made some good progress so far. I don't like that orange. Not a fan of that. I think... I don't know. I might have to change that. I'm not a huge fan of that. Alright. I'm definitely making progress.